All right, man. Shannon Sharpe gets the dub, the W, the win over Brett Favre in the court of law. Now, if you didn't know, Brett Favre was suing Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe for defamation of character. All right. So yeah, he was suing them for defamation of character. And what ended up happening is him and Pat McAfee end up selling out a quarter. He ended up dropping a lawsuit from Pat McAfee. Okay. Well, with Shannon Sharpe, he didn't drop the lawsuit. Now, the problem here with Shannon Sharpe is that, Shannon Sharpe played with his brother Sterling, which would have been a surefire Hall of Famer, in my opinion. He played with Shannon Sharpe. Right? He played with Shannon Sharpe. He played with Shannon Sharpe. And apparently, Shannon really never had any glowing reviews for Brett Favre. He kind of seemed like he was kind of a piece of ish. Right? That's kind of where, it always came off as Shannon really never messed with Brett Favre. So that should tell you something. This brother playing so close and having a great rapport with Shannon Sharpe. With Brett Favre. So apparently, I think on national television, he made some comments about Brett Favre in the food stamp scandal that he going through. Apparently, he took welfare aid, and illegally used the funds. Which they tell you that black people cry about reparations, but they got welfare. Okay, which at the end of the day, it ain't true. More white people use welfare, and more white people are involved in welfare fraud than black people. This is what they don't tell you. Okay, so they always perpetuate lies, time and time again. Right, but here you go. Right now, right here, United States government, United States District Court for the Southern District of Mississippi today dismissed Brett Favre's defamation lawsuit against me. The court found the statement were protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution, thanks to my legal team and their handling of the case. So basically, he got to come out some bread because Brett Favre was in his feelings. And at the end of the day, if Brett Favre come out illegally, if it come out that Brett Favre did this, which they gonna straighten this out, then in my opinion, I feel that Shannon Sharpe should countersue for his legal fees. You know what I'm saying? If Brett Favre already don't have to pay those legal fees. Now, Brett Favre is the one that got popped for Brett Favre is the one that got popped for food stamp fraud. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's under investigation for that. So he the one that got to deal with that. And at the end of the day, it's a lot of hard evidence, even though he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. There's a lot of hard evidence that's linking him to this. Now, he's maintained his innocent no matter how much the hard evidence, and I don't know when we'll reach a resolution for this, and will he do some time in jail? He was one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. You know what I'm saying? And there's not been this is like one of the few updates on this case that we've had. And in these type of situations, they try to string it on, and what I'm saying, they try to string it along or whatever. But at some point, if he's presumed guilty, he's going to have to pay the piper. And that's just what it is. And I mean, he could have just said, I pay it back in restitution or whatever the situation may be, but but it don't look good. And it's funny how they tell they try to make black people seem like the face of welfare, and it's just It's just simply not true. Even with the welfare frauds, there's way more welfare frauds that go on outside the black community, and they kind of say, "Well, black people sell their food stamps and all that." Well, so do a lot of people do. A lot of ethnic groups do a lot worse. You know, I remember I was working at Kroger's, a grocery store. You know, some people have them throughout the country, but mostly in the Midwest. And I was working there in high school, and I would see, you know, Arabic people. I worked in Dearborn; it's the largest Arabic populated city in the world. They would get out a Range Rover and have WIC and EBT cards. They would get out of brand new Range Rovers once again and have WIC and EBT cards. So think about that for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a minute. So, I mean, like I said before, you know, they always trying to make black people seem like the face of scamming and all this other stuff or whatever, man. Everybody got their hustles, man. We know about the hustles, how people they open and close like grocery stores and stores so they avoid paying taxes, and then they put it in, they get another family member from their country, and then they don't pay no taxes. Then they shut it down again. They get another family member from their country, and then the next 4 or 5 years, so I ain't got to pay taxes. It's a bunch of loopholes, but it just seems like, you know, black people like to be the face of fraud and stuff like this, or the face of being janky, and it's just simply not true. We don't even equip with the financial knowledge or the knowledge to pull off some of these stuff. You know, black people just found out about LLCs and, you know, tax write-offs and all that type of stuff, you know, thanks to the internet, which they're gonna start regulating that at some point in time as well too. So, you know, a lot of times the nasty truth ain't always the most popular truth. And I can go on and on and on and on about this subject. But shout out to Shannon for getting it. Shout out to Shannon for getting his vindication. Shout out to Shannon for getting his vindication. That's what we can say. So, but I just feel that, you know, Brett Favre, he gonna try to string this out in court. He just don't want to take his L. And yeah, I don't want to I wouldn't want to take this L neither, especially when you got the reputation of Brett Favre. You know, he had this situation with opiates and drugs back in the day and all that type of stuff. That's the only smut that really been on it, that's been on his name. But, you know, nonetheless, you know, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Check out the current news playlist. And like I said before, man, you never want to be caught up, you know, in no scandal like this, man. But, you know, Shannon Sharpe find itself, Brett Favre find itself between a rock and a hard place. So it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Please share the video. If you haven't hit my link tree, you can find me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Twitch, Kick, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Also, do me a favor, check out my new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89, right here on YouTube. That link's in the link tree in the description. Check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk. That link's in the link tree right in the description as well, too. Peace.